And I stopped 7 wars. I thought this was going to be an easy one for me, but this has turned out to be tough. The hatred between Zelensky and Putin is unfathomable.
Do you still believe that they will talk? That they will have a...
I don't know. I think I'm going to have to do all the talking. They hate each other. They hate each other so much they can't breathe. So I'm going to have to get involved.
Yeah, we're 8 months in, buddy. You've kind of been involved and you're still failing and failing and failing. But I love that quote. It's unfathomable that they would hate each other. Is it? Like you don't get why they would hate each other? I think that they should hate each other. I mean, Zelensky says he survived no fewer than 5 Russian assassination attempts. Russia's killed tens of thousands of Ukrainian civilians at the very least, carted off their kids, committed war crimes, used sexual violence as a tool of war. I think you're obligated to hate that guy's guts at that point. But look, this is abstract to me. I've been reporting on the story from the very beginning, but from thousands of miles away. I want to turn now to Luke Beasley, who's been much closer to the action. Tell us what you think and what you've been doing.
Yeah, so just a couple weeks ago, I got back from Ukraine, and not just Ukraine, but as close as we could get to the front lines where we were constantly hearing the attacks on all the buildings around us. And the way I keep explaining it to people is I was on the front lines for like 2 days and was terrified to my core the entire time. Really imagine yourself sitting in a building and hearing and knowing that at any moment it could be the building that you're in, because Russia really does not make a distinction. And we were coming up to sites right after they had been destroyed and watching people being pulled out of the rubble, civilians, children, etc. And then on our way back into the capital city of Kyiv, a strike happened, like we caught it on our phone, this huge second largest attack on Kyiv since the beginning of the war. And all that's to say, yes, on a personal level, it was scary, but I was there for a very short period of time. Then imagine that is people's home. That is Ukrainians' home and what they're living through every single day. And one soldier after another, one civilian after another, completely obliterated the argument that you hear from Trump and from a lot of the Russian sympathizers, which goes something like, Ukrainians don't really know what they're fighting for. And this is just sort of Zelensky wanting to keep a personal vendetta or something, or Trump will go, Zelensky needs to make a deal, despite Zelensky agreeing over and over and over to ceasefires, but Putin not. And the clarity, the moral clarity, the purpose clarity from people on the ground there as they're watching their family and friends being murdered. And they have personal experiences, John, that I wouldn't really repeat in this forum, of the horrific, you referenced some of it, but the treatment of Ukrainians, mass executions, torture, rape, whenever they take over a Ukrainian town. It is a war of just destroying a people completely. It's not just like Witkoff will try to articulate it, or Tucker Carlson, Lord help me, which is he wants like 3 inches on the edge. Just give him the 3 inches on the edge of the country, and then this will all stop. In reality, there is a deep ideological hatred from the Kremlin of the concept of a free and independent Ukrainian people, and the dehumanization and attempts at demoralization of them through just attacking all these civilian targets and hitting places that literally are on a list of targets you shouldn't hit because they're EU government, but just trying to make everyone feel unsafe, as I did the entire time, but as people are living every single day, so that they give up. But in the face of that, the resilience and the passion to keep fighting, as tired as they are, is as strong as it's ever been. I will just note, he listed off that he stopped 7 wars. Did you hear he stopped the war between Azerbaijan and Albania?
He deserves more credit. Probably Nobel Peace Prize for that. He's a peacemaker. No, that's amazing that you had that experience, and that now you get to continue to report on this, but with that actual experience, underlying it. And also just like Trump pretending there, like, we give up the land, like you referenced, and then that'll be it. And like Ukraine knows that's not it. What does that buy you? Does that buy you 6 months, 18 months, and then they invade again? And Trump's like, whatever, I don't care. I just want to be able to say I'm done with this. I want to be able to say that I cured it or whatever. And sure, maybe they all get killed or their sovereignty is taken away. It's just like, imagine being dependent on America, but knowing that this guy does not give a damn if every single person in that country dies. That's a
Yeah.
devastating position to be in, and I can't really imagine it.
And
quick
you know,
final
we're
point, too.
we're so numb, John, to Trump, frankly. And we speak out against a lot of what he says and when he lies about topics like Ukraine or others, but it doesn't really hit the way that it probably would if we were just being exposed to Trumpism. And what was so disorienting was Ukrainians coming up to me and saying like, explain Trump to me. What's going on over there? And me being like, oh my gosh, I don't know how to. And the other thing I'll just end on for your audience is the thing that keeps sitting with me, aside from just the imagery and the fear and also inspiration, but is one remark that I kept being delivered, which was from like 14-year-old kids in the war zone saying, please just don't forget about us. And so my request to all of your audience is, please collectively, let's not forget about every single day what the Russian government is doing and people fighting what they proclaim to be for what America is supposed to stand for their freedom. Yeah. They really see themselves as aligned with America in some key ways. So please, in the interest of those people, don't forget.